Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, and if you appreciate this pump, hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment. You have to click that bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. And right now, sometimes on the weekend, on the Sundays, because things are starting to fire up and get interesting. Let's see. We are starting off things spicy, like the soup I made earlier today. We are starting things off very spicy today. We already have a couple super chats. Let's see who we got here. Juan, let's fucking go. Marco was first here. Let's go CBG. Let's go Marco. John, welcome in. Oof. Let's fucking go. Todd, man. Loving it, brother. Loving it. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate the support. Juan, always good to see you in here. It's scary of a thumbnail. Big Boy Crypto, welcome in. Black Oil is in the house and with a super chat. Epic Cass long call. Yeah, guys. So let's start off things there. Okay. Now, I want everyone to keep in mind that if you play with leverage, you are going to get burned. Okay, and I've been reminding myself that relentlessly. So I do want to reiterate something for you guys. I know things are starting to get a little spicy. Altcoins are picking up. Don't think that you can outsmart the market. I had indicated... where are we at here? Yeah, I had opened up a small 20x leverage play on Caspa. And I closed that position a couple days ago. I then took the profits, most of the profits, and I put it back into a 40x on Caspa. And I've been scaling out and then putting it at a couple other plays. I keep reminding myself, although I've done monumentally well with that leverage play, I remind myself, CBG, you do this with a really small amount of money that doesn't mean anything because there's no way you're going to be able to outsmart the market. But right now, I will say that 40x long that's just sitting pretty wherever I purchased it at, I don't see price pulling back to my liquidation point anytime soon. So we're going to let that thing ride for a little while. So yeah, that call did really work out well. Jorge, welcome in. Your portfolio looks like straight trash. What are you holding? Dear God, your portfolio cannot look like straight trash at this moment. Guys, you know on this channel, I always aim to educate you and inform you about what's going on in the market. And if I'm putting a thumbnail out there that's indicating, by the way, I felt the need to celebrate price action today. Caspa, up over 18 cents today. There will be a video coming out on Caspa. We're up over 11.5%. It looks pretty fucking good for the portfolio when that's your number one altcoin. You know what? Normally we don't do TA Q&A, Greg, but I'm going to take a look at Cubic, my friend. I'll see if I recall laughing at you. We'll take a look at it. I saw a little bit of that on Twitter, but anyway, I'm going to get to the thumbnail real quick because I do want to jump into some charts here. There's a lot of important developments going on in the chart in the bullish direction. Now, first off, I had indicated on Friday, and I had tweeted out earlier today. In fact, I tweeted out, earlier on Sunday when we had closed our weekly candles. We got the most bullish scenario we could have hoped for. Okay? Bitcoin closed the week above $52,000 and Ethereum closed the week above $2,800. We will re-examine why that is such a bullish item that we need to touch on. But there's this other item that I had tweeted out earlier today. So the question you have to ask yourself is CBG trolling the community? And is he looking for clickbait? Or is there actually a chart he's looking at that's telling him that it's not unreasonable that Bitcoin could be approaching all-time highs by the end of March? Okay, that is something we're going to take a look at. But let's get into immediate price action first. It looks like I don't even have the 12-hour chart up. I did want to take a look at the 12-hour chart with you guys. Didn't even have it up. And apologies for being late, by the way. I had a meeting run over. I'm still doing the 9 to 5, right? Still doing the 9 to 5. So That's sort of outside of my control. I had a 3 to 4 meeting get rescheduled to 4 to 5, and it ran over as well. Now you can see this bull pennant was invalidated on the 12-hour. And what I see right now, and I have not re-examined this since our point in time here, but what I still see here, you can still, I mean, believe it or not, you can still draw a bull pennant here. You could draw this a couple different ways. You could also draw an ascending triangle. You could draw a flat top here. There's a couple different ways you can draw this. I prefer this, personally. But there's still a bull pattern that, a bull pennant that is valid here on the 12-hour. Do we have any negative divergence? This RSI is just creeping around still above 70. So things are still looking spicy on the 12-hour chart, in my opinion, for Bitcoin. The thing that I like to see, without getting too technical with the mumbo jumbo, if you just for a moment think about what's going on with price, look at it. What is Bitcoin's price doing right now? It's consolidating at $52,000. Now, I had tweeted out earlier today, and I want you to make sure you're clicking the bell icon to know when I go live this week. A couple things I want to bring to your attention, okay? Thursday, and I'm going to continue to reiterate this, Thursday, Tony the Bull BTC is coming on this channel live. We were talking about, and I need to get back to him today, about what that live stream is going to be about. I'm also planning on hosting a Twitter Spaces with somebody else. You may find me randomly going live on Twitter Spaces to try it out. But I want you to make note of what I had tweeted out earlier today. Maybe we can talk about this on the Twitter Spaces coming up next Monday, which is when it's slated for. The same people back in September telling you that Bitcoin would be boring and sub 38K, they were the same people recently waiting for a pullback to the low $30,000 region. And these are the same people right now trying to come up with some sort of narrative who are confused about being essentially in disbelief because of upwards price action, okay? And follower subscriber count does not necessarily necessitate accuracy of calls, okay? Just keep in mind, keep things high level here that Bitcoin is doing once again the unexpected. Now, why is closing above $58,000 such a major ticket item? Because $52,000, it doesn't matter if you look at it on the weekly or the 2-week, this was a major area of resistance that we had spoken about before, a major area of price confluence. I had indicated to you guys that yes, $50,000 is a psychological level. Yes, $48,000 is a major level that I expected us to top at initially in 2023. But $52,000 is really that area that once we start to get candle body closes on the higher time frames, and we just got that on the weekly, it's going to significantly increase the likelihood that we are going to push up towards $60,000 sooner rather than later. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if you saw $60,000 as early as this week. Okay? Now, would I expect some sort of a cool-off and a pullback from there? Yes, I would. If we can manage to hit $60,000 this week or relatively soon, I would expect some sort of a pullback at that point for people to shit their pants calling for a deeper correction when, in fact, we just get some healthy consolidation because things would be getting overheated. But I would not be surprised if we saw $60,000 sooner rather than later. Ethereum, why is $2,800? Guys, we've been talking about $2,800 on this channel for a very long time. This was a major area of price confluence. Now that we've gotten above 28,000, let's kind of mark out what I'm anticipating for price. Let's keep this on the 2-week, okay? We got the weekly above 2,800, okay? The next major area of price confluence I'm looking at right now for Ethereum. And again, you need Ethereum to do well, guys. You need that psychological strength to come into the market because if Ethereum is doing well, okay, it's going to give conviction to all of your other altcoins. All right? If you see Ethereum up 7, 8, 9, 10%, I'm telling you, your altcoins, you think Ethereum Classic right now is dead, it's not doing anything, you're going to have those types of altcoins, all your layer ones, all your ERC20 tokens, all these things are going to be pumping. So you can see there are other areas of resistance now that we've broken $2,800. But these areas of resistance, in my opinion, are upwards of $3,000 to $3,300 to $3,400, right? Now, things will really get spicy once we can clear 34. There's another band of resistance here. Things will really get juicy once we can start clearing above 34 to 3,600. This is 3,600. Okay? But for right now, cracking 2,800 was monumental. You know, the last time we had a candle body close above 2,800 was actually this red candle here. No, it wasn't even this red candle. When the hell was the last time we closed? Oh my God, it was this 2-week candle. Guys, it hasn't been since April of 2022. It has been nearly 2 years since we last saw Ethereum have a weekly candlestick above $2,800. That is significant. 2 motherfucking years. One of the things I continue to tell you guys is that this price action goes forever, and then this price action is very quick, these parabolas, okay? We are in the midst of developing parabolic price action within this price market. Mark my words. And again, whether Bitcoin tops in June or July, or whether it takes until the end of the year or early next year, has yet to be seen. But right now, I will say that all indications at the moment, things are heating up so quickly that at the price action we're seeing in the market right now, for me, all of this stuff is very reminiscent of what we saw back here. I still believe that we're going to have a blow off top sooner rather than later. So that has yet to be seen. But let me get, I see you in the comments here. Welcome in, Kathleen. Good to see you. Jep Rocks, good to see you as well, my friend. If I have time, Greg, we'll take a look at it today. If not, I do promise to take a look at it with you tomorrow. Now, I want to get to the thumbnail because I don't put thumbnails out there, and I'd appreciate a little bit of love if you appreciate the realism and education I'm about to drop on you, because I am about to show you one chart. It's one chart. And I am about to share with you why it is feasible for Bitcoin, based on this one chart, to potentially hit $69,000 by around, I have it labeled as March 22nd, so late March. Why would that be possible? Kathleen, do your job of enforcing the thumbs up there, not seeing the engagement. A lot of viewers, no thumbs up. Okay, this is the Pi cycle chart. This is Bitcoin on the daily. This is the Pi cycle chart. Now, I have not completed my video yet on the 5 topping signals that I will use, that I will share with you guys, that are telling me with conviction that Bitcoin is likely in that topping area. And it would be smart to begin to sell out, okay, of at least your Bitcoin position, and your alt's topping in similar fashion around the same time, a couple weeks afterwards, okay? But one of the indicators that I plan to use, because it has a lot of historical significance, is the Pi cycle chart. And again, this is daily price action. Now, what I'm specifically looking at here, and I want to be very clear about this, there are 2 moving averages here, okay? There is a fast period moving average and a slow period moving average, okay? Typically, when Bitcoin has topped out, first off, the slow period moving average is this blue line, and the orange line is the fast period moving average. Typically, when Bitcoin has had its blow off top, number one, price action has been above the slow period moving average, or this blue line. And number two, the fast, and this is the key, the fast period moving average, which I have it indicated right here in purple, touches or goes above the slow period moving average. So that orange line goes above the blue line. So this is what I started to do. Again, I'm trying to find these unique views that I can add to the market. What I decided to ask the question of is, once Bitcoin got above here, okay, once Bitcoin had a candle body close above the slow period moving average, which is the blue line, for the first time, number one, okay, there's 2 questions we're going to ask. Number one, how long did it take until we topped out? So in this case, it was May 17 to December 17. Okay, so that would be 7, this is roughly 7 months. Okay. The second question I asked myself and I put it in here, I asked myself the question, when that happened, what was the relationship like between two price points? The prior all-time high and the slow-moving average data point. Meaning, we know the prior all-time high. So if we were, let's say we were in May of 2017. If we looked at the prior all-time high from back in, I think it was like 15 or 14, whatever, 13. That prior all-time high was 1,163. Okay? Now, the point in time at which we crossed for the first time a candle body above the slow period moving average, I asked myself, what was the value of the slow period moving average? It was, you can see it at the top left of your screen there. I'm not blocking it. 1,655.87. And if you look at the relationship between those two numbers, you can see that if you took a ratio here, the slow moving average divided by the prior all-time high, it's a 1.42x, okay? Let's go forward in time, and let's look at the next time we had price action get above the slow period moving average. Question number one, what was our prior all-time high? Well, our prior, where the hell is this at? Here we go. Our prior all-time high, okay, we're in 2020. This is only a few years ago, December 2020. The prior all-time high was 19,892 on Coinbase, okay? When we got a candle body for the very first time above the slow period moving average, it was 21,058. That is a ratio, taking the slow moving average divided by the prior all-time high of 1.06, okay? Now we had our blow off top, and this is where some people are going to argue with me, and I think this is my opinion. I've shared it many times. This was our blow off top. This was when all of that energy came into the market, and we had our true blow off top. This was at 64,899. Okay, this was an impulsive structure. Yes, 69,000 was our prior all-time high, but this was part of a corrective structure that I've spoken about ad nauseum, okay? So again, the ratio here is 1.06. The time frame between when we first crossed to when we had our blow-off top was roughly 4 months, okay? December to April, January, February, March, April, 4 months, okay? Now, what I'm doing is I'm looking back in time and I'm looking at both of these examples. There's only two examples we can look to, okay? And I want to go to the current time period. Let me close my window. Now, we only have two data points, but what I've already shared with you, okay, is that I believe on the price structure right now, okay, it's more so resembling 2020 and 21. So if we go to the current point in time and we hypothesize that we could see something similar today as we saw back in 20 and 21, what does that imply? Well, first off, we would have the same ratio. So if we look at the prior all-time high and it was 64,899, I am hypothesizing that we are going to first close above that slow moving average at approximately 68,793, which is essentially 69,000, right? If you take the ratio between those two numbers, you'll come up with 1.06. You can spot check me. I'm decent with math given I'm an actuary. Now, the next question we have to ask ourselves is, how did I come up with the March 22nd date? Well, as you recall, this time period, again, we're using this time period as our proxy from 20 to 21. This time period was 4 months, okay? So when are we actually going to see 69,000 on this slow moving average, this blue line? I went back in time, okay, to January of 24. And what I did is I essentially looked at the current value of this slow moving average. I subtracted out. I looked at the difference, okay? Let's look at the current value today. It's 64,853. If we subtract that from where we need to get to, we need that slow moving average to get all the way out to essentially 69,000, okay? That's approximately a difference of $4,000. So I went back in time and I said, how long did it take based on current price action for this moving average, this blue line, to move up at a rate of $4,000? It approximately took, it's really between these two dates. It's not an exact date, but I'm being more conservative. Essentially, depending where you count, between, and you may have to rewind this and rewatch it for it to make sense if you're not following me. Hopefully you are. If you count from either Thursday the 18th of January or Friday the 19th of January, it took approximately from that time period to the current time period for this moving average to go up by $4,000. So if we have a similar rate of appreciation in that slow period moving average, this took 32 bars or 32 days. It should take us another 32 days for that slow period moving average to get up to 69,000. And we can actually hypothesize a couple different things from this. So if the moving average continues to move up at the same rate, this is going to be up at $69,000 by about this time frame right here. Okay? Right here on March 22nd. Okay? Now, if that were to happen, if you're following what I'm saying, and I'm hoping I'm making sense, what that means is if we follow the same similar trajectory as we did before in 2020 and 21, price action right around the end of March, could be off by a week or two, it doesn't need to be exact, it'll start pushing above here at 69,000. The next question, which I didn't put in the thumbnail or description, is how long could we approximately top after that? Well, I just told you 5 minutes ago, back here, once we crossed above it, it took approximately 4 months, right? It was late December to late April. If it's 4 months from this date, that takes us out to late July. The funny thing is that aligns with my main hypothesis of Bitcoin topping within the first half of this year. So, in conclusion, the pi cycle, I use the pi cycle chart to tell me that if price action today responds similar to 2020 and 21, which so far I am in the camp of that, we will see the slow period moving average get up to $69,000 by late March. Price action would be pushing up above that slow period moving average for the first time in late March, which would be $69,000. We'd essentially have new all-time highs. And it would be roughly 4 months later when Bitcoin would top out in July. So this is just a data point I'm using to say, hey, it's with reasonability that if we really are moving in a similar pace, again, if this is a similar pace as back here, then we can expect things to really begin to pick up momentum, and we could see Bitcoin have a blow-off top as early as late July. Now, if you appreciated that analysis, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Does anybody have any questions? Is there anything that didn't make sense from that analysis? If I did a good job explaining that, your eyes aren't glazed over right now and you're understanding what it was that I was saying. Let's see who we have in the live stream. Happy birthday, Mr. BBC. Oh man, you missed me by a month and a half there. Jorge, you've been drinking the Kool-Aid there, my friend. Frankie, good to see you. Thank you, Kathleen. Man, look at this. Kathleen's doing her job. Like, I really appreciate you coming in here and enforcing that thumbs up, because clearly people really do listen to you. They don't listen to me. I will say that. H bar. We need to take a look at H bar, Jay. I have that right up here. You can see that on my screen. Jay Kim, thank you. I'm glad it makes sense. Good. God, it sounds like Mazda dash cam. I've seen you comment a few times. Welcome in. Glad this is making sense. Ra, it's always good to see you, my friend. Ra is in the live stream, man. I'm glad I'm live streaming at a time where you can catch it live. You're one of the big supporters of the channel, and I appreciate that. AI bags, you damn right. It's going parabolic. Josh, let's fucking go. All right, guys. Couple charts to take a look at beyond the Ethereum and Bitcoin charts. H-bar is having a monster day. Now, I know that Credible Crypto, and I'm familiar with the pattern, but I personally did not see it because I'm less familiar with pointing it out. But props to him if it does play out to Credible Crypto, to CC. He pulled out an Adam and Eve pattern here. So what you have with an Adam and Eve is you essentially have a V, okay, a sharp drop here, a rounding base, you have a little handle here, and then you get a breakout, okay? And the measured move would be approximately this. So, going up over 15 cents. Now, on this channel, first off, I'm an H barbarian. I have a significant amount of H bar. That's my own personal, you don't need to know how much H bar I have. But I have a decent amount of H bar. And for a long time, you can see on this channel, we use red for resistance, green for support, right? Very straightforward. I have an orange line here. Why the hell do I have an orange line on this chart? Because 10.8 cents is a significant area. When we can start to get candle body closes, especially on the higher time frames for H bar above 10.8 cents, guys, things are really going to start running. Then you're talking about 15 to 21.4 cents being your next major area of resistance. Of course, now the fun thing is we have to start drawing other areas of resistance because the chart really is starting to pick up. Next major area I see more towards, wow. Nah, I don't want to be that aggressive. I'll probably get a little bit more specific, 30, 31 cents. But as you can see, once we start to clear H barbarians, if there's any H barbarians in the house, by the way, drop me a comment here. DT, good morning, sir. I know you're having your cup of cafe. I'm having a nice Barbera wine from Cooper's Hawk. Once we can get candle body closes to sustain themselves, especially on the higher time frames, this week would be awesome if we could close above 10.8 cents. Now what's happening is we're right in this 15 cent to 10 cent region. Okay, stair steps, guys. We're not heading to 31 cents next week. We're not. But what I'd love to see is sort of this parabolic rise here, sharp rise, sustain ourselves in here, now start coming up to here, hit resistance, maybe gravitate in this range, and then head up towards 31 cents. It is a big win for us, guys, if we can get a weekly close. The week is early. It is a big win for us if we can get a weekly close above 10.8 cents. Now we're stair-stepping our way up here. Technically, we had a weekly close up here, but it was a fake out and we dropped. We really, since this drop here, if we don't count that, we have not sustained price action above there since May of 22, guys. Again, almost 2 years again. A lot of these charts, what you're beginning to see is you're seeing turnarounds in price and you're seeing price action sustain itself or pull up to levels that we have not seen in a couple years. This is massive, guys. I was just telling someone that this is when you have been as patient as I have been and you have learned the lessons from the market, you've made your mistakes and you've learned from them and you've diligently invested, and everyone here has been patient as well. This is this is that brief moment in time that you have to capitalize on. These are the days where I'm working 7 days a week. There are no days off, guys. There is no, with the price action we're seeing in the markets right now, there is no, let me just take the weekend off and I don't want to chart. That would be the most foolish thing I could do. Now is the time to put it into overdrive. You put your foot to the pedal. you have to seize this opportunity, because I'm telling you, I want to focus on the positive here, but I want to be a realist. And I've said this time and time again. This time period that we have right now, it will be so short and fleeting. And before you know it again, don't listen to those popular narratives that come out. I'll remind you. When you see H-bar hitting new all-time highs, when you see Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs, we're going to have another massive, multi-year downward price action correction in the market. And it's going to be brutal, right? And so what we want to do is we want to lock in the gains. The thing you guys have to realize, and I'll continue to hit on this, and I have to remind myself of this because of how painful it was. My portfolio in 2021 grew to me to what was an astronomical level. It's something that I knew it would get to, like I had conviction on it, but still, when it reached those levels, I was just blown away. The problem is I did not capitalize on it. I didn't turn the real unrealized gains into realized gains. It was a digital number, and until I hit the sell button, then it would become realized. I had conviction based on my charting that we were going to $100,000 plus for Bitcoin, and we were going to see the altcoins go much higher. And instead what we got was that irregular flat correction. I did not give enough attention to the negative divergences that were showing up on higher time frames on Bitcoin. Okay? It's something I'm not going to do again. It's something. I am so much more prepared today than I was yesterday. I want everyone here to feel the same, and I want every motherfucking person on this live stream to profit. It would bring me no much more joy in life to know that if you came to this channel and I helped you, even in the smallest of ways, to profit, it would make me feel unbelievably good, guys. But H-bar is having a monumental turnaround in price right now. Monumental turnaround in price. Stochastic RSI, MACD RSI is all looking good. Guys, Kaspa. Now look, I was just out here and I just produced a video before the explosive move. And I said, guys, use one chart and one moving average. Look at the weekly, look at the 10 simple moving average, you know? I just keep it so stupid simple on this channel, guys. I don't make myself sound smarter than what I am. And I've told you, while there's no guarantees on anything, I can't tell you with conviction, with 100% certainty what's going to happen. What I can tell you with conviction is probabilistic, what is most and least likely. Anytime we were below here, anytime we were below here, anytime we were below here. And this, I told you, if there was any time where there was consolidation on Kaspa, this looked like massive consolidation. And I pointed to the 3-day bull chart and the bull pennant. And I had salty people revising targets on Kaspa on Twitter, getting really impatient. This market is plagued with impatience. Okay, just like the gym is plagued with with people who can't seem to put their weights away, and effort levels in the gym. The charts are plagued with impatience. And I said, guys, the pennant can go on for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's still a valid bull pennant. I pointed to so many things to keep you locked in here and said, if you're getting Kaspa at 9 or 10 cents, you're going to thank yourself. Look at us pushing up towards new all-time highs. We're at 18 cents. The last time I looked, this was number 24 on CoinMarketCap. I have a poll out there, and I need you to go to this poll, and I need you to vote what your opinion is. When will Kaspa flip Litecoin? Now, if this move is what I think it is, and it happens as swiftly as I think it will be, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised before the end of this month, whether it's this week or next week, for Kaspa to flip Litecoin, and it's within the top 20. You heard it here first. It's not even that I wouldn't be surprised. If you put this poll to me and asked me to vote, I would click February. The breakout of the bull pennant has ensued. Again, my minimum initial target is 30 cents before we see any sort of a significant pullback, okay? Minimum target, 30 cents before any sort of a significant pullback. So again, if you think Kaspa is expensive right now, in my opinion, never financial advice, Is it expensive at 18 cents or is it expensive at 30 cents? And if you think it's going into the top 20 and staying in the top 20, well, then you're talking about it going well over $1 towards $2 plus. So, again, it's just extrapolating mathematical values based on what you see for a project as well as where the market cap is going within all of crypto. That's all it is. It's just numbers. And if there's one thing I'm good at, if there's one thing I am good at in life, beyond cooking, hey, there's at least one person maybe in this live stream that can attest to that. If there's one thing beyond cooking that I am good at, it is math. I am very good with math. So it's just common sense. Who else do we have in the live stream? Running up against the clock here. I see we're at 36 minutes, but it's been a hell of a good day here in the market. Amir, glad to see you in here, and I'm doing well. Kathleen, just appreciate the consistency there. Kayleen, go Caspa. By the way, go Caspa indeed. By the way, I got some new Caspa merch. So beyond the video that I will be putting on Caspa discussing the price action and what I anticipate to see coming in the couple months here, I do have some new things on display for Caspa. A couple things, not just one. So I will share those with you. Let's see. Pat, welcome in. Good to see you here. DT, always amuses me that people work their whole lives saving for retirement but get so impatient waiting for a few years for the moves we see. Couldn't agree with you more, DT. Bullish AF, Mazda Dashcam. I gotta watch the F-bomb there. Don't want YouTube to demonetize me. Ra coming in with a massive super chat. Ra, fucking love you, brother. Thank you so much. What's going on here? If it's possible, a chart about XDC and fact, imagine an L1 which is so groundbreaking and unique due to being able to replace hashing with integer factorization. I thought you said Integra at first there. I do own a 2001 Acura Integra. Guys, real quick before I finish reading Ra's super chat, which I'm going to chart both of these things. Not today, Ra, because tomorrow is Q&A, but I'm actually going to write these down so I don't forget. You super chatted me $20, my friend. 20 euros, it looks like. So I'm definitely going to be charting those for you tomorrow. But the fund, the crypto fund, I joked with you guys. I went from a fleet of Lambos to a fleet of Geo Metros. We're going up. We're going up. We're not at Lambos yet. We're from a fleet of Geo Metros to a fleet of Nissan Altimas. How about that? We've gone from Geo Metros to Nissan Altimas. I feel confident with that. Maybe some fleet of Corvettes. How about that? Yeah, mix. All right. Let's see. So if it's possible, a chart about XDC and facts. Ra, I promise you, I will start off tomorrow's live stream with those two charts. But I do TA Q&A on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Imagine an L1 which is so groundbreaking and unique due to being able to replace hashing with integer factorization. Coinbase funds its development as only crypto projects. So it's funny. I don't own any XDC. I don't know anything about fact. So you have turned me on to a new chart, and I appreciate that. In fact, what I'll do is, since I'm promising you that I will chart these tomorrow, I'll actually chart them this evening. I'll have the charts ready for tomorrow, and that's how we'll kick off the live stream beyond Bitcoin's conversation. But you turned me on to a new chart, which I always appreciate. And I haven't looked at XDC in a little while. I was actually considering looking at the chart earlier today to take out a very, 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 very small leverage play, but ended up taking tiny leverage plays, tiny, in Sushi Swap and Casper. Not Caspa. I have a huge leverage play in that at this point, the way it's gone up. But, well, not huge, but, I mean, it's gotten a lot bigger. Want to watch my words there. It's not huge, but it's gone up quite a bit. More questions, Earthwalker and other charts. Guys, just so you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays are the live TA Q&A. And I know Black Oil had a question as well on Cubic. So we are already starting off the live stream tomorrow with a lot of questions. CBG, your girl you cook for in the chat? Sometimes sometimes once in a while she shows up, but she's a little quiet in the background. You know what I'm saying? So I never know if she's there or not, so I really have to watch my words. You know, gotta watch the words there. Don't know if she's tuning in. So no, I have nothing bad to say. But once in a while she tunes in. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for today. I just wanted to thank everybody for the engagement. I know there's a lot of excitement in the market. I feel like there's some charts we didn't get to today just because I was rambling and really excited about the price action I'm seeing. You should be too. Let's curb those emotions, though. By the way, real quick, couple things before you tune off. Couple important things. Make sure if the commentary I provided on the Pi cycle chart, you go back and rewind it to watch it. Because I would not speak to and post about something if there wasn't validity behind it, okay? Again, if this move is similar to what we saw in 2020 and 21, it is absolutely not unreasonable that sometime around late March, we could see Bitcoin pushing up towards new all-time highs, okay, tagging the prior high, and it resulting in a blow-off top as early as late July. Okay, and I explained why that was. Secondly, there were a bunch of super chats in here, and I wanted to express appreciation for that. A couple questions in here, TA questions from super chatters as well as non-super chatters. I will make note of what those questions are, and starting tomorrow, we will kick the live stream off with me directly answering questions on those charts, and then we'll get into more of your questions. But just wanted to thank you guys. Let's keep those emotions even keeled. It's good to feel excited, have a glass of wine, celebrate a little. Your portfolio should be up. If it's not, I question what's in your portfolio. I know mine was up significantly today, and so should yours. So we have a lot more gains ahead. We are still early in this thing. Bitcoin hasn't even broken its all-time high. Things are not going to start going nuts until Bitcoin gets above $70,000. So let's all remain patient. Let's stay level-headed, let's stay educated, and make sure you tune in Thursday. In particular, Tony the Bull BTC is going to be on discussing a lot of exciting topics that I spoke with him a couple days ago about. So until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness, and let's carry the education forward. Take care, everybody.